Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here live from the floor at the CTIA 2012 in New Orleans, Louisiana. I am speaking with the notorious Jay Emmet from OpenMarket. How are you today, sir?
Excellent. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you so much. Great conference. Great city for a conference.
I think so too. You can really feel the vibe and kind of energy that's down here, and it's much higher intensity than what I'll call some of the other cities. That
It's very true. You know, so I brought this up earlier in conversation with some people. If a city is conducive for its attendees, if you're having a conference and you put it in a city where everybody is like, "Wow, I'm having such a great time," then business transactions happen at a better pace because you don't come dragging and going, I hate the city, it's so awful, right? Everybody I've spoken to has been like, the food is awesome, the jazz is great. It was great for the CTIA to put it right after the Jazz Fest so you can come, you can participate in that. Absolutely great, right? Which means more business is going to happen.
I think so too. I think, again, just the higher vibe and the intensity of it translates into the show as well.
So what is OpenMarket doing here at CTIA?
So our big announcement, we put out a press release earlier this week about our new push notifications product. It's essentially an extension of our current messaging program where, with the explosion in smartphones and apps, enterprises need to interact with those apps that are sitting on people's phones. So rather than the overhead of connecting to Apple and RIM and Android, connect once to OpenMarket, we provide a shared network economics and reliability, very similar to our SMS product set, allows my marketing friends to focus on marketing and not worry about infrastructure.
So definitely a problem, challenge that has been in the ecosystem as a whole has been, hey, I got to get it. One of those things you're writing in your Evernote for later, right? I got to make sure that we're doing some push notifications because it's going to increase my marketing, my market structures, and it's really difficult without spending a lot of money.
Well, and not only is it something that they're thinking about now, but for most, and I'm going to talk about Fortune 2000 companies.
Sure.
For most of them, what mobile means is SMS or apps on smartphones.
Right.
All right, and it's a multi-channel approach. And even today, I won't say one is more important than the other. Most companies or most enterprises use both of them in an integrated way based on the use case. So I'll give a real good example. I fly a lot on Alaska Airlines. I'm bouncing up and down. I have a little app on my phone. I interact with it. I'm in their highest mileage. They love me. They want to interact with me. Okay, that's great. My mother, who flies on them once every 2 years, what happens when her flight is late? She's not going to have an Alaska app on her phone.
No.
They'll send her a text.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
So what you see is companies are using SMS and kind of when they have use cases that require the broadest, largest addressable market, has to work for everyone, every place, all the time, regardless. The apps, however, obviously someone's gone to the trouble of going to the phone, to the app store. They've downloaded their app on your phone. They want to interact with you. It's like a marketer's dream.
Right.
How do you do that and exploit and integrate those? Again, I'll talk about multi-channel messaging. In the same way, traditional marketing, we used to talk about the marketing mix, right? TV, radio, print.
Right, absolutely. That totally makes sense. And when you add that, mobile marketing is no longer just SMS, though, right? I mean, I guess that's the thing.
Absolutely not. I've talked to a number of people, major brands, and they will, I think, parrot what I just said. Mobile to them is SMS and smartphone-based apps. And we at OpenMarket believe by bringing a single capability, a single vendor, the scale, the reliability, the domain expertise. What do we do at the end of the day? We minimize cost and time to market. We reduce the technical complexity, and fundamentally we minimize risk for people. At the end of the day, marketers want to market, not build telecom
Absolutely,
networks.
no question about it. Leave those to the expert. What makes OpenMarket system better than your other competitors?
Well, I think, of course we are the market leader in both the US and the UK. Our domain, our heritage is messaging. That's where we are. I myself, as you well know, come from a telecom background. I've run networks all my life. So really, I think we focus on that infrastructure, connectivity, and bringing the things that Fortune 2000 companies expect of a world-class telecom provider. Pick the largest company in the world. I can't remember whether it's Exxon or Apple today. Neither of them build their own telephone network.
Right. Okay. That can. Really, that's weird. How strange is that? Okay, so and then finally, what are we going to see from OpenMarket here in the next, let's say, 8 months?
Well, we continue for. I think there's some runway for us on the push side. I anticipate. Today it's restricted to again the iOS, the Android, and the RIM systems. But maybe I see a world where companies begin to expose lots of APIs for public access, and again that fundamental value offer is as consistent for us, whether it's these 3 or the next 50 to go. I'll also mention, I call it smartphones, but it's not really smartphones anymore. There's a lot of tablets out there, smart devices, Kindles, iPads, right? You're probably running some apps on that. So we support those too as well, and I think that's what's interesting now is as we see some of the tablets. I was talking to someone about a rumor that someone was going to make a small tablet. And I'm like, isn't that a smartphone? He's like, yes, but it doesn't have the phone side of it. It's
okay, so it's like a touch.
So baby tablet.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Baby tablet.
Yeah.
Like a very similar
to a touch. Okay,
so
good market space, yeah.
We really see a lot of upside on the application side of it. It's growing hugely. And if you think about any Fortune 2000 company that interacts with consumers, again, mobile comes down to 2 things: SMS and smartphone-based applications. We think it's a great spot.
Jay, thanks for taking the opportunity to speak with us on the show. Hope we get a chance for an update again in the future. Congratulations on the product launch, and way to go.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me today.
Been speaking with Jay Emmet of OpenMarket. I'm Tony Sklar here in New Orleans for CTIA Wireless 2012 with bnetTV.